Hi everyone, Anthony here with Aquascaping on the Fly, Living Art Creation, and your Fly Guy's guide to all things aquascaping. I've got a quick video update of Kong Skull Island. In its current situation right now, it's not even been 12 days since I've put the substrate and all the plants in. I've done a little bit of trimming on some leaves that I was kind of, I guess, rough with in putting them in their particular spot. And I just got delivered today the isopods for the enclosure. And I have 6 of the Panda King, which are black and white. And then I've got the miniature white isopods to go in there along with it. So off to just to the camera left, I have some bags of leaves that I collected back in the fall. And so we're going to be adding some leaves in there. And I think I have some things that can be kept pretty moist in there so they'll thrive. And there is some fungus already growing inside the enclosure, so there's already going to be things for at least the dwarf whites to pick up on and gather around. And what you can't see when you're looking at the sides and the back, that bark is not flat. It comes out from the wall, and there is soil behind that. And that soil mixture back there is always a lot more moist. So we may not end up seeing a lot of our little friends because what's out in front, there is not as much soil. And then I did put sand down on top to give it that beach theme. And now I'm going to put leaves on top of that, crushed leaves on top of that. So I'm kind of killing my beach vibe. It's getting kind of messy, but that's okay. It's supposed to be messy. And I'm scoping out a couple of places where I might want to add a plant or two here or there, just for a little more drama. But I want to give you this opening shot so that you can see where we are, and then try to do a little bit closer up, and then I'll back the camera off so I can go in and give you a side angle of how I'm preparing the rest of the soil. So let you get a close-up, and then we'll go from there. Alright, and for those of you who watched the video where we did do the planting, this moss along here is what came out of Louisville, Kentucky. And the moss here on the wood ledge, that is from Texas. This is always the moss I find when I'm out in nature and it's growing on some piece of decaying wood. And remember, when we're talking about the decaying wood, span back a little bit. This piece back there, that's a structure that comes forward. Here's another ridge right next to it. It comes out. This piece is yet another piece that lays down flat. Oh, sorry, here you go. This piece here. It's another one that lays down flat. And then these two, this one is right up next to the foundation wall. But these are all separate pieces that form basically the moss mountain. And you can tell, like, I think today's the 12th, and I did this on the 1st or the 2nd. So it's been about 10 days since this has all been in here, and everything, I'm really happy with everything so far. Now, yes, I open it up way too much. I open it up every 2 to 3 days, and there's a reason why. We are having a battle, and the battle of the gnats, fruit flies, whatever you want to call them. They're much better because right now there's none in there that I have found, and that's why sometimes off to the camera you'll see the vacuum cleaner sitting right there. The vacuum cleaner is absolutely the best way to get it. I tried home remedies that I have had no luck with. Apple cider with soap, with sugar, put it in a dish, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They weren't interested in that whatsoever. And I know they can hear, because when the vacuum cleaner comes on, when I turn on the vacuum cleaner, they know to automatically fly away from this area here, because then I'm coming down and they know they're going to be history. But while we're talking about it, I am kind of excited because of this little plant right here. This was one little baby leaf and another tiny little leaf. So they're opening up bigger. There is a plant there that's hidden still. There's a leaf, I believe. I want to say that's a stem plant as well. So I put those two in that little spot back there. I was thinking what else. One of them that's turned out phenomenal is the aluminum. The aluminum to me is, this one is just flawless for the terrarium. It's compact. It gives me the illusion that I'm looking for. I mean, it literally, if we were looking to scale, the aluminum plant is just amazing. I thought I was going to have the same look out of the waffles. This one is a little lanky and tall. The Snow White, which is back here in the corner, that one didn't fare so well. I had about half of it had to be cut off because I think I like pinched it or something. And then I can't remember, is that called, I don't remember what that one's called. Somebody will know. That one I've cut back just so that it wasn't taking up so much of my walkway space. I still wanted to have my walkway space. And then I'm hoping, I mean, you can kind of see right here at the top layer, this fern. This is a huge gap right here. There's a ton of soil all the way down there. So I'm hoping that this fern just fills out all the way through there. And then I left blank on purpose back here. See, there is a peak there behind it. There is soil right here, and I'm thinking I'm going to come up with something a little different to put there, like a little showcase plant, because it's right at the top, but I don't want it to get that big. But for right now, I'm just waiting to see, does my begonia, because it was huge, most of it had to come out, some by accident, some not by accident. I'm trying to see if this ivy is alive, and I'm just making sure that everything is okay before I proceed any further. Now on this side, the texture wise, I can't remember what this one is. You guys will know though. This one right here, it's so cute. I love how it's petite and it's such a light color compared to the other palette. And then my two wax leaves. This one here, which I think these are both, let's do this one first. This one here is just literally a leaf, and it already has a little baby shoot coming off. I mean, that was just a leaf that I stuck in the soil. And the same thing here, and look, it has two little tiny leaves coming out, and here was the second leaf that I put in. This has turned out to be my favorite because it has that great eye-catching appeal. It's right at the front. There is one more variety similar to this that is a spotted. Its leaves are a little bit different. It's way up in the back. It hasn't done anything yet. It's still just hanging out. So I'm hoping it comes and really kind of like, it's bigger. That's why I put it in the back. The prayer plant, I took all the big leaves off so I could give these little ones a chance, and it was just bulky. It was like over the whole thing, and I was missing my architecture here, and so I just cut about 2/3 of that out. And if that doesn't survive, that's fine. I've got like 5 more of those that I could pop in its place. And then I haven't touched any of the little tag-alongs that came out. Like there was some grass growing, some other places. But from right now, that's where we are as far as the plantings. Okay, cool. You're back. We're rolling. While we're doing this, one of the things that I found that I was having the biggest trouble, so please don't make my mistake. When I was setting up my growth chambers for my moss and different things like that, and I was at the store and I was buying the bins themselves, I went with the Sterilite because they're readily available, they were inexpensive. Yes, the video that I had taken them from, the inspiration, they were using the ones that have the gasket seal. They didn't have any. And so I thought, okay, well, these appear to be sealing quite nicely. Let me just, take some of these and see how that goes. Well, I thought they were fine until I had just that horrible infestation, and when I realized the gnats were getting out of each one of the enclosures and were able to go from one to the next, and then also get in and out. I found little worms that were getting in and out, and then that's when I was like, oh my god, I have a never-ending battle here that I'm never gonna be able to conquer. And so I had to make the harsh decision I took all the bins outside, opened them up outside, tried to air out as much of them as possible, and then took the plants that were inside and once again washed them. Most of them it was moss. Soaked them for 20 minutes minimum underwater in hot water, and then also cleaned out the entire contents of the tub itself while preparing new tubs. So I went with a little bit smaller size so I could get more in my growth chambers where they are now. And so I like the fact now that I know they're sealed. So if I have any issues, it'll stay in the tub it's in, and I won't be opening the tubs more than one tub at a time. And I may not even open them inside the house any longer. I may go outside to open them just to see what's going on. So please, yes, learn from my mistake. Okay, I have one little bag of the smaller leaves here. Let's turn your light on. There we go. And this is just when I was out collecting when fall first hit. Unfortunately, I always thought that a lot of the leaves would retain their color, and they did not. The ones that do retain their color are, if you're lucky enough to find the ones that have like a little waxy covering to the leaf, you know, like a magnolia leaf or something like that. Those have a little bit better chance of... Oh, well, that didn't work very well. That was just a little flop. Let's try that again. I can't have these big ones because it'll ruin the allure, so I'm gonna have to that's why I chose the smallest leaves I have. It's a very not so messy island now. It's very planned messy. It reminds me of I used to live in Collier County in Florida. So you guys pull that up. And you're watching the video. And I'd come from Texas, going to there and seeing other parts of Florida. I was like, oh, here is what they planned for Florida to look like if you planned it all. That's Collier County. Everything is planned out and pretty and pristine, and it all looks lovely. Not like the rest of Florida, which does not look like that. Okay, here's some. So what it looks like grape nuts. Kind of is like grape nuts. Ah, there we go. Okay. Now they should hopefully really love this stuff. I may have to get some scissors to cut it. All right. This is bark off of some limbs, and I am going to cut that down. Oh, and by the way, I should notice that the last time I was out shopping, a ladybug decided to hitch a ride. And when I got home, the ladybug was still on my windshield, and I thought, oh, okay, well, I brought the ladybug in, and the ladybug went straight into Kong, and I have not seen the ladybug since. So, a ladybug is in there, and there's a black roly-poly in there somewhere that came off of something else. You know, when I was saving this like bark here, I was like, I wonder what I would use that for. No, now I know. Okay. I am okay with this. I have a few little baby branches. Oh, it's deep chocolate color. Oh yes, we must have some of those. I can tell you exactly where I got this. The dumpster drain of an apartment complex. This is from some type of a shrub. Because I could tell the landscaping people they're dropping their trash off behind the complex. In a drainage ditch. What I always say about drainage ditches, they are your best resource. Oh, I need to go back and get more of this. This is a great color contrast. Okay, part of me wants to like brush it off of some of the moss, but God, it smells good. Oh, I really want to brush some of it off. Oh, do you have the tools? Alright, So yeah, planned nature, here you are in all of its forms. Well, I went to all this trouble growing this moss and being on layovers and collecting it so we could have moss from other places in our builds. Gotta show it off. Okay, makes the mess I mess with it mess. The less I mess with it, the better. I have some dried acorns, but I don't think they dried out enough. I think they may be trying to go to seed. I'm gonna have to put these in the oven. I'll have a little more bark too. I'll save that for another one. Before anyone asks, yes, all my baggies are reused. We don't throw anything away. By the way, this is an Amazon bag. It's perfect for this kind of stuff. Keeps it all in one nice container. All right. Now, I wonder if our little friends will come out. All right, there's one right there. There's another one, there's another one.